Well, hello everyone, and you join us here today for a brand new release from Quorum, and no, it's not their beautiful golden bridge or any of the other complications that they make. We're looking at the bubble. Tom, you've gone hands-on, on the wrist, in the metal, on the flesh with a bubble before. What were your impressions?
Yeah, it's a fun one. It's like something that you might pay to wear at the fair and look at yourself through the distorted glass. Yeah, I like it. It's a bold statement, but it's a lot of fun. Much needed fun and playfulness in the watch world that we always like to see.
I know a little bit of the history of why they did this, and you're absolutely right. It was letting the hair down of the design team from years of designing stuff in the very Swiss, very traditional, very humorless environment, and just to say, just have at it, do something silly, just have some fun.
Yeah, a lot of fun design in the watch industry seems to be quite reactionary to the quite buttoned up design of the watch industry, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So the bubble was first introduced at Baselworld in 2000, much to, I imagine there was much gasping. It was the brainchild of Severin Wunderman, which is a great name. He's an interesting chap. So he was a Holocaust survivor.
Right.
He started the watch manufacture and distribution for Gucci, and he appeared in Minority Report alongside Tom Cruise.
What?
Quite an eclectic CV there.
Did he play Tom Cruise's watch?
I don't know. Maybe he was the guy in the trench coat that Tom Cruise was on the shoulders of in certain wide shots. So this piece that we're talking about today is a new bubble in a long line of bubbles.
Can I take you through some of those bubbles? Because they are worth mentioning.
Yeah, go on.
Just to give some context to the madness of the Quorum bubble. We've got such things as the skeleton bubble.
Nice.
The wavy line man bubble.
Ooh,
The globe bubble.
lovely.
The golf ball bubble.
Very nice.
The acid-faced 2001 Space Odyssey bubble.
That's not my favourite.
Playing cards bubble.
Okay.
The Eye of Sauron bubble.
Excellent.
And of course, the revolver pistol bubble.
Decorative one in the chamber there. Cool. Yeah, so this one it's a skull, it's a stylized but yet realistic skull. So this pays homage to the first line of bubbles, which also contained a skull.
They did.
Wunderman obsessed with life and death and the concept of Dia de Muertes, the Day of the Dead festival, which, as I understand it, was invented by James Bond.
Yes. While he was mid-air bike jump, he was like, do you know what this town could do with from up here?
Yeah, I don't think the Mexicans were that bothered about it, but James Bond was like, come on, let's have a festival. And they were like, yeah, all right.
We'll call it Muertos. Dia de Muertos.
Excellent.
Thanks.
That sounds like something he'd say.
Yeah.
So this is the Bubble 47 Skull X-Ray, and it features an enormous curved sapphire dome crystal, as they all do, and inside, dominating the dial, is a highly stylized yet highly realistic skull. And the dome crystal is very nice at distorting the image inside. But this skull image will be visible in the dark still, because it's totally luminescent and it glows green when the lights go out. So pretty cool.
So let me get this straight. This is an homage to the original watch created by a Holocaust survivor who was so traumatized by his experience that he had become obsessed with life and death and had channeled that into the design of a watch. And now it glows in the dark.
Seems that way, yeah.
This is surprisingly morbid.
It is morbid, but it's also cool. Because
Yeah.
green glowing skulls can't be that morbid, can they? And what I like about it as well is that the dial features these rhodium coated leaf hands that are also skeletonized as they rotate around the dial. When they get to 10 past 10, they look like a pair of spectacles, which makes the skull look like Dame Edna Everage getting electrocuted, which I quite like.
They also missed the opportunity for emotive eyebrows and funny moustache.
Yeah. Maybe in the next line. It's also got a bright gleaming green varnished seconds hand, which is very cool. And that's also, that green is also picked out on the synthetic alligator-like strap that's lined with rubber. Inside is the Swiss automatic Quorum caliber, CO082, 25 joules, 42 hours of power reserve. That's what we like. Stainless steel with black PVD case, 47mm in diameter, 18.5mm thick. So that's quite thick, isn't it?
I'll add to that, you can get it in 42mm, 47mm, and 52mm if you want to.
Oh, wow. Yeah, if it wasn't impactful enough. Do you do one that's bigger? And it's got 100 metres of water resistance, which is nice because the dome crystal originally inspired by those early dive watches of the 60s. So the water resistance is sort of tied in there as well. So that's pretty cool. And this is the fun part, Andrew. Limited edition of 666 pieces.
As if we weren't having enough fun already.
Yeah. The coolest, scariest of numbers.
Oh, I got chills. I think you've got to be a special certain type of someone to purchase a watch like this. But I am so glad that there are people out there who do buy watches like this. Did you say how much it cost?
Yeah, another scary number, $4,000.
That's a lot of money for a Halloween costume.
Yeah, it's for an acquired taste. When you think about that sort of money, $4,000, you could have your pick from pretty much anything from the Tudor, Oris, Longines catalogue, Tag. You could have your pick of a great many Grand Seikos, Breitlings, Cartiers, Omegas. So if those watches appeal to you, then this is probably not going to be a choice that is going to be very hard to make.
This truly is the watch for the man who has everything. It's the watch you can look at and think, James definitely does not have a 52mm $4,000 PVD watch with a domed crystal and a glowing skull with a pair of Dame Edna glasses in.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this might even be the watch for people who don't like watches. Do you know what I mean? It just feels like it's sort of reckless and I'm going to Download Festival on my Harley Davidson. I'm wearing my Corum Bubble X-Ray.
You might have to wear two, otherwise you'll only be able to steer left. Well, there you have it. The Corum Bubble Skull X-Ray. What do you think, dear viewer and listener? Because I'm not quite sure what to think. My brains are scrambled. But that could just be the death stare of the skull that's looking out at me from the screen. Thank you so much for listening. Hope you enjoyed this one. Please do like, subscribe, comment, and all of that good stuff. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.